quite. Eli Hinton back to the bottom, 6 to go.
Makes a mistake again. He missed a shift. He's going to spin to the inside turn. He's going to take the lead.
Eli Hinton just got used up there in the hairpin. He's going to pick up a win after a long winless streak in Visit Victory Lane. And the whole field just needs to get himself slowed down, hop these curves, up and over. There's Zach Buchanan running a tag line. Great restart here for the 2 car, but also for the 48. He crosses him over, down into turn 1, there goes the tail. Here comes the 20 alongside. The 13 car gets turned. He's going to spin in turn 2.
Cars, stars, checkers, or wreckers, it's time for the 2019 Fuel All-Star Race. Usually, Tuesday night is time for the HostVenom Cup Series cars to take to the track. And while HostVenom's on board tonight and sponsoring this race, we also have the national cars and trucks here tonight. This event is open to all Fuel members, and we're about to find out who deserves the bragging rights and the $5 bonus to each class winner. Who can take home the checkered flag in this 120-lap event at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Caution laps don't count. Multi-class oval racing, Finian, this is a crazy idea. But I've never seen this really put into action before, and I'm so excited to get this thing underway.
Yeah, really, this is going to be something interesting, probably something you haven't really seen before. There've been I've seen people host these kind of sessions in iRacing. Usually it's really chaotic, but I mean, there's some stuff on the line for these guys tonight, so it should be a little bit tempered.
Qualifying underway right now, and you'll notice our ticker newly redesigned for this week's All-Star event. On the bottom of the screen, you see that key, that legend there. The red is the Cup cars, the white are the trucks, and the National are the blue. And if I had better foresight, I would have made it red, white, and blue in order of their speed, but I thought the trucks would be faster than the National cars, but turns out the National cars are actually quicker.
Yeah,
so,
and actually, Brian Green is sitting on pole at the moment in the National car.
Well, that is interesting by a pretty large margin, too. So we'll see how it all pans out here. Will Roberts sitting on pit lane waiting to go. Don Runkle Jr., he's put in his lap time. Jared Dixon out on track. Justin Rodden in his truck. He's down on the apron pulling in. Zach Buchanan in the number 29 Tide Ride. He's got the Taurus on board that machine this week, and I love that. Look at how that thing drives. It looks so cool.
Yeah, that does look really nice.
All right, well, it's 120 laps. Caution laps don't count tonight, so it's probably going to default to time up at the top of the screen, but we'll keep you updated on what lap these drivers are on, but I can tell you the lap count's not going to matter because they're going to be driving like it's the last lap for every single one of those 120 green flag laps tonight. And Zach Buchanan goes P2, and it looks like the National cars, in some circumstances, are actually quicker than the Cup cars.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably because they're in single car runs, in which case the Cup car is the slowest due to just the package that it has on it. Can't use all that horsepower, so I think definitely though in the groups, when these guys get grouped up and underway, the Cup cars should be faster, which will be interesting because they're going to have to fight through some National cars to get to the front.
This is going to be absolute chaos, and remember, you're only competing with drivers within your class. So you have to keep that in mind. You don't want to throw away your chance at that $5 bonus and all those bragging rights, Fenning, for 2019. Don't throw them away, battling a car that's not in your class, but we know it's going to get crowded out there. Over 20 cars here tonight. There's about 11 Cup cars, about a handful. You see that's the 60 of Dixon going around at a 2. About 5 National cars and about 7 or 8 trucks here tonight. So a relatively even class split, which means that it's going to get crowded and everyone's going to be racing for their own selves. There's Gail Brooks in that 71 DeWalt car out of turn 4, drifting that thing and hauling around turn 4 to complete his lap, and he'll come on through the 29.151. Could be good enough for P2.
Looks like for the most part, everyone that wanted to qualify has put in their time.
So we have 4 cars that have not laid down a time yet. Those 4 cars are John Wilco, Travis McQuistion, Cody Tabor, and Tyler Hensley. And all 3 of the classes are represented in that mix up there. And Brooks scrapes the fence out of turn 4, so no improvement on the lap that time through. But 25 seconds remaining in qualifying, and we have got 3 National cars up front, then about 9 of the Cup cars, and then 6 trucks, and then it's just a mixture of everyone else at the back of the field. So it's going to be a wild start, to say the least. I'm also really curious. These cars make speed in different places. I think the Cup cars are going to probably be the quickest on the straights, close to it. But the other cars are going to be awful close in the corners as well. So we'll see how it all pans out.
Actually, I feel like the Cup car might be probably the quickest in the corners out of all of them. I think the National will be the fastest in the straightaway, and the trucks will be a mix of the two. I remember I was in a weird race where someone threw the old Cup car, the Chevy SS with the newer Cup cars, and it was amazing the speed difference that they had.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy to see there. All right, again, we have 120 laps to the end of this thing, Finian, and it's done by time. So there's a lot of time left in this race. I think it's set for 2 hours and 55 minutes. So that's what you're going to see at the top of the ticker. But don't let that phase you. It's 120 laps. We'll keep you updated on the laps that the leaders have completed as we go through this night. And then when we get towards the end of the race, we'll count you down the last 10 laps of the event. So the field gridding up. And boy, is this going to be an exciting one. There's just, it's so odd seeing a bunch of Cup cars, a bunch of trucks, and a bunch of national machines on the track at the same time. I would bring you through the starting lineup, but it really is not going to matter. After about lap 2, we're all going to be so chaotically spread around. So I think we'll read them off to you as they come down the straightaways here. But okay, predictions for tonight. I mean, is it possible a national car could take the overall victory?
It might, although it does seem we're sorted out by class here.
Darn.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
So people won't die in turn 1, I guess. Honestly, that is probably for the better, but...
Well, I guess we're going to see, because we did see the national cars have more pace. I'm really curious to see if they also draft better, too. I think the trucks will be the slowest. I think that's pretty clear. Yeah. But the differences between the Cup cars and the national machines, I think the national cars actually have a stronger draft, and I think that's going to play out here. Also, keep in mind, these Cup cars, the rear ends of these things are about the size of a refrigerator. Compared to the national car, they're a lot smaller, a lot lower. They're going to suck right up to the back of these things. That's my prediction, but I guess we really don't know what's going to happen until that green flag drops. A couple patriotic schemes through the field. The 42 car has one. That's Eric Gonzalez, and that is a gorgeous-looking Napa Auto Parts scheme on board that machine. He'll be starting from the 3rd spot. There's Bresci in the number 24, who narrowly missed out on a victory a week ago here at the Roval. The Mitchell Welker returning to Cup Series action in that number 7 Ford Fusion. He'll be starting off in position number 6. And Greg Evans be 5th in that number 46 Camaro as we come on to the back straightaway. Are we going to see class separation? I don't know if I would do that. I don't think they're going to do that.
I think we might see the national and the... Actually, I don't know. I think a lot of them might stick together. Again, it depends on also some of these guys' own pace as well. So it kind of is up in the air. I think the Cup cars are going to be leading it, and the Nationals might stick in. Not entirely sure about the trucks.
You know, the funny thing is we thought that the National cars would be the slowest of the group, and that's how I set it to be red, white, blue, Cup, truck, National. Well, iRacing thought that too, because the ordering is actually from red, white, blue. It's Cup, truck, National, even though the speed is really Cup, National, truck. All right, rolling out of turn 4, it's the 89 of Jeff Ward. He's a multi-time winner in the Fuel HostVenom Cup Series tonight. He's got more than just the Cup field to go against. Field rolls out of turn 4, 120 laps. Caution laps do not count. Coming to the green, and Jeff Ward's going to lead them down here at Charlotte. Stars, cars, checkers, or wreckers. Coming to the green, and green flag flies. We're racing here in Charlotte.
Ooh, and there's already some stuff happening in the back of the truck field. Some truck with a lot of damage to his front end. I think it's McQuiston.
And it might be McQuiston in that number 93. He's already dropped back and so got some damage. These trucks are really sensitive to damage. Look at this on the back straightaway here, though, Finney. We're 2 wide already. Maybe going to try 3 wide. The trucks in the background trying to keep up with the Cup cars. And there is Eric Gonzalez on the inside trying to make things work. You don't have to tuck in behind. Contact Bresci to the outside with help from the 27 of DeBarro.
Yeah, these guys trying to sort themselves out. As you see, it's fairly dark here. The track's got a lot of grip. As we head off into night, it's only going to get more grip as the night goes on.
On the back straightaway now. Field rolling out. Bresci slips up in front. He'll take the lead out in turn 2. It looks like the trucks and national cars are having trouble getting separated, but the Cup cars are pulling away just a little bit here. Looks like Jeff Ward's going to go to the bottom to try to get that lead back, but Bresci's got it as they round turn 4.
Ward on the inside, DeBarro and Bresci up top. Not much change really from these guys since they started.
No, they're pretty much locked in step. The 27 giving a boot to the 24. They both slip up the racetrack. It's going to give Ward an opportunity on the bottom. DeBarro ditches the 24 for the inside lane. He'll go 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, he's already starting to make a move here for the front.
Down to the inside now. DeBarro's going to go and just take it away, but can he clear the 89? I have a feeling that middle lane's going to be quicker as they exit turn 4. He's going to be side by side, but I think DeBarro's going to lead this lap. Yeah, yes, he does.
You have Ward and Bresci building up a run on that outside, and so far all the Cup cars together in one pack, and they're separated now by about 3 seconds over the trucks.
Yeah, this is a much bigger gap than I was anticipating, but you see some of those national cars now. They're starting to get around those trucks. The only driver they have left to get around is John Rodden at 16. Look at the size difference in these things. But that's Zach Buchanan in the 29 and Brian Green in the 06 working their way through the field. They might try to set their sights and tracking down those Cup machines up the road. At the front of the field, though, that 89 has gone back to the front. Navarro and Bresci continue to battle for second.
Yeah, I'm curious how these guys are going to get sorted out, or if they even get sorted out as this run goes on. I can kind of see them starting to die out, I guess, settle in here for the next 25 laps. Remember, stage breaks at lap 30, or sorry, breaks at lap 30, lap 60, and then we race 60 laps at the end.
Keep that in mind. Let's head back to the trucks versus national cars. That you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, the blue and white all mixed up. Really, it's right now, it's national, truck, national, truck, national. They're all spread out right now, Finian. But Zach Buchanan has set his sights on the lead.
Oh, what happened to Brian Green?
Brian Green in the 06 has dropped through the field. Not sure what happened to him, but he's gone backwards very quickly. He's got some damage. There is John Wilco in the Mike and Ike 62. He's up to second place now. So it looks to me like those national cars were much quicker in qualifying, but they can't keep that pace up in the race. We head back to the front. Bresci back to the bottom for the lead.
Bresci trying to work that bottom line. Can't get it done. DeBar's going to get a nice run here on the back straightaway, and no room for Bresci to slide up
Yeah,
in.
he tried, but he couldn't quite fit in that hole there. They're starting to single file out here. We're not expecting a whole lot of tire wear here either. It's going to be really grippy and really fast for the majority of this race, as long as we don't go green all the way through. But of course, we have those brakes going to kind of mix things up. There's John Rodden giving away to John Wilco, and that's Justin Rodden right behind him, trying to chase him down.
Father and son here fighting it out here for the $5 for the winner in this class.
Zach Buchanan's got a 2.3 second lead over John Wilco in the national category right now. But at the top of the field, it's still DeBarro and Ward fighting for that Cup Series lead as they round turn 4.
Yeah, DeBarro looks like he's going to get it by a long shot. Should be able to clear Ward here.
He does, but now that's going to leave Bresci the outside lane to try to drive up there. And I just don't know if it's going to be... I think that inside lane is going to be the place to be for the majority of the run with how cool the track is, but Bresci made that outside lane work. He's going to go around Jeff Ward for second.
And I think that outside lane, no matter, I think what we've definitely seen with this newer package, almost anywhere we go, that outside lane is almost the preferred one. Just that run outside the corner is so amazing compared to the inside.
Cup cars all singled out for now, but we take a look back. There's Zach Buchanan who's leading that national field, but Justin Rodden and John Rodden fighting for the lead. Oh, Brian Green slips in front of them, and he's going to take a huge impact into the wall at the pit road entrance. That car's destroyed.
And no caution. We're going to remain green here. That's going to be a retirement for the 06.
I wouldn't go say that we don't have a caution just yet. He's still stuck there. I don't think...
He's definitely not getting unstuck.
Yeah, I don't think the sim's going to throw it, but we might get an administrator-controlled caution here. But I doubt it. We're 10 laps in this 120-lap event, and Brian Green's still stuck in the fence out of turn 4. Not a place you want to be.
He's trying to put it in gear, get it unstuck, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna have much luck with that.
And I guess we'll leave. Oh, there he goes. We're gonna leave him now. Oh, John Rodden's been in the fence. Got some right front damage on that truck. Oh, and they both lost the lead here. What happened?
Oh, that's John Rodden.
Yeah, I know, but John and Justin must have had something go down because they were leading this field.
Justin's still
He's still second, but something did happen. Oh, that was when the 06 crashed. They got together, and Will Roberts was able to power on through and get on by both of them. But big damage to the 16 of John Rodden. There's just all sorts of chaos going on here between Justin and Norman Pelletier in that number 56 Toyota.
Different battle on the trucks. They have remained relatively close, although, and meanwhile, again, the Nationals have kind of sprinkled throughout the rest of the field.
Yeah, it's so interesting how close they are on speed, but yet so different. And the drop-off has been more for those national cars. Buchanan already running about a second slower than the beginning of the race. Here's the 01 and 55. This is for second in class. And Pelletier is going to get that spot and slide up in front of the 01 on the back straightaway. Let's check in with the mid-pack here in the Cup field. That's Greg Evans and Mitchell Welker running side by side. Evans in 4th, Welker in 5th.
Yeah, the Cup field really starting to spread out now once the tires are wearing out on them. A lot more spread out than that 3-wide action you saw at the beginning of the run. And up ahead of them, Jeff Ford looking to the inside of Bresci.
Yeah, I'm going to take you back to this, though. This is for the lead in the truck category. Will Roberts, he's fallen back, and I think he's got some damage to the right side of his truck. And so he must have been in the fence out of turn 4 or turn 2 and let the 2 trucks, the 56 and the 01, on through. So the lead has changed several times in the truck category. Up front, it's all Anthony DeBarro, Thomas Bresci, Jeff Ward, Greg Evans, Mitchell Welker, your top 5. Cody Tabor, Michael Hurley rounding out the rear of the Cup field. And we head back to Zach Buchanan in a league of his own. He's 6.6 seconds ahead of Gale Brooks in the 71.
He's pretty much in the middle of no man's land at the moment.
There is second place, Gale Brooks, all the way back. And then behind, that battle for the lead in trucks. Look at this shaping up. The top 3 all separated by 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, and this is arguably the closest of, I think probably the closest battle between all the classes. The Cup cars starting to spread out. It's going to be hard for them to pass, but the trucks still look like they're very racing. You see Will Roberts looking to the outside and nowhere for Jared Dixon to go.
Yeah, Dixon just threw it off in there, and I think he bottomed out with the nose of that car and had to back out of it to avoid running into those trucks, so he had to kind of gather it back up. There's Tyler Dolger in the 88, who's running exactly where he started in that number 88. He's got Toyota on board. Heading back up to second place, Ward and Bresci. They're running nose to tail, about a couple inches between them on the back straight. All right, lap number 17. We're going to keep you in touch. Again, it's not an hour and 46 minutes left. We're running 120 laps. Caution laps do not count, so that's why we're time-based tonight. We're lap 18 on our first stage of 30 laps, so 12 laps to the end of the stage as we complete the Fuel All-Star race here tonight. And look at Ward sizing up Bresci for this spot. Oh, we got one, I think we got one slow, Finney, and Jared Dixon. Big damage to the rear of that car.
Will Roberts is off the track.
Driving through the grass in the infield. He might going to get some air here. He'll come back on the course. Save that machine, but I have a feeling that these two incidents are probably related. Or they're not. I think the 14 just got on the apron trying to avoid the 60.
Oh, yeah, he didn't get any damage. He already had that damage and just was trying to ride it through the grass.
Was there contact on the back straightaway, though? The 60 just gets in here too hot. He was already struggling with the handling of the car. Got loose, corrects, and then kind of tank slaps into the fence. Big hit there. Almost climbs the safer barrier. Pulls it on down and will probably... Well, he's back out right now, still in third. How about for battle for second, though? Still heating up in the Cup category.
These guys are not done yet. They're continuing to fight it out. Ward just trying to find some way around Bresci. Here you see the trucks come by.
Oh,
Cup
boy.
is starting to put them a lap down.
That's a lot faster than I would have thought this was going to happen. I thought they'd be really similar on pace, but not the case. The DeBarro already tracking down the rear of the truck field, and that right now is, I think that's, who's that blue truck? That looks like Don Runkle Jr. in the 00.
And this is going to be interesting here because I don't think most people have experience driving through mixed class traffic on an oval.
But DeBarro's going to go up to the high side. He'll get around 2 trucks in one go here. And then we have the battle for second continuing. They have to get by 2 trucks as well. Remember, no one has to give up room here. They're all racing for the, for their own respective classes. So to the inside the Cup cars go.
See, for the most part, everyone's doing a great job staying out of each other's way.
So far, so good. 21 laps in. How about the battle for the truck lead? Pelletier in the 56 and Justin Rod in the 01 side by side on the front straight. Dulger a second and a half back if something happens.
These guys just fighting it out till the stage end. Rod trying to get a run here on Pelletier and he actually has a good run on him, but it looks like he's kind of playing this patient here. Yeah,
there's no need right now. I mean, it's a pretty long race, 120 laps, but they also have to keep in mind that they are not on the same lap as the Cup field is, so they have to keep that. Oh, look at the 01 diving to the inside at a turn 4, looking for an opportunity.
And speaking of the Cup field, I think I saw DeBarro rounding out turn 4 right behind them.
So DeBarro is coming in that number 27 as they go side by side, door to door for the lead in the truck class. And he slips, and here comes DeBarro. He'll go up the outside. The 01's going to give him the space. And the 56 slips up, and DeBarro goes right around the outside and rim rides through turn 4. He takes puts those trucks a lap down. Bresci and Ward now have to do the same.
Yeah, and I was actually kind of scared for DeBarro there. He had to make a correction mid-corner, which is kind of hard to do in these cup cars, but was able to pull it off. Now here comes a lot more of the cup traffic.
Oh boy. Side by side for the truck lead. Here come the second and third place cup cars around the outside, and there is Greg Evans, who's closed in on that battle for second as they get around that battle for the lead truck. And they're already a lap down, all those truck machines. Oh, Evans to the inside, splits the middle. What a great move. Oh, into the wall was the 56.
Evans and Pelletier make contact. And Pelletier's got a damage truck. Here comes Welker to the inside of it.
Welker just got through there. Don't know how he did, but that 0-1 and the 56 both have right front damage now. Let's head back up to second place for the Cup class. There goes the tail. They've been like this for about a dozen laps now. 5 laps to the end of the stage when DeBarro crosses the line. Let's check in on our K&N leader. Caution on the racetrack. And that's the 60.
Oh.
And the 06 of Brian Green. He's sideways on the front straight. So 2 separate incidents here.
Yeah, but 3 national cars involved.
Well, I don't know how that adds up, but caution out here. And we're almost to the end of the stage, so I'm not sure if this will wrap us up or not, but we're going to head back and take a look. This is the exit of turn 2. Dixon on the outside. The 62 Wilco slips up. And they just... Ooh. That blue car, I believe, is Eric Gonzalez in the 42. So, really 3 separate incidents, because the 42 turned the 60. The 62 kind of crashed himself, and then what happened to
Green? I think he got loose out of 4.
Just got loose out of turn 4, so those national cars really struggling with their handling in the late part of the run. And 3 separate incidents on 2 separate sides of the racetrack. So caution out here for the first time tonight. And head back to the front. That's DeBarro in the 27. They're all going to come to pit lane here. That's the obvious choice at this point. And trucks staying out is... And I don't really honestly know how the pit sequence works here. So, okay, we have to... Oh, I forgot. Caution laps don't count, so we're not going to wrap this up.
Yeah, I was going to say. So we're going to have about 4 or 5 laps left to go before the stage ends. And again, there's not really... I don't believe there's any consolation prize or anything for finishing first in the stage. It's a matter of just kind of getting through it.
Yeah, okay. So again, if you're just joined us, the hour and 40 minutes left at the top of your screen is pretty much the amount of time we have left to complete this race. It's not the length of the race. It's a 120-lap event tonight, as you see the cup field roll off pit lane. 120-lap race. Caution laps don't count, so the lap tracking is happening manually, which means that we don't know what lap we're on. we know that we're on lap 27 of the race, but we don't know exactly what lap we've scored up to. So we're going to get those updates as we go on through. So 6 to go on the green flag is what we're hearing. 6 laps to the end of the stage. All right, so now we've got a bunch of trucks lined up behind the pace car. They're going to get the wave around, I presume. I really don't know how multi-class oval stuff works.
Yeah, so every car lap down will get 1 wave around. They won't get any more than that. So it's pretty much Formula 1 style. So everyone gets a lucky dog.
Nice.
So yeah, so that'll put Runkle, Rodden, and Wilco back on the lead lap. John Rodden, that is.
How about that truck battle we were watching between the 0-1 and the 56? They look like they are still the leaders after all that drama, but they're going to come on down now and get tires and fuel in that machine. And I do want to point your attention, if we ride on board the 00 of Don Runkle up the road, that is Justin Rodden Bighorn TV. I think it's his Twitch, so you can multi-stream this event. I'm sure he's streaming this right now. So we will roll on through, and Runkle gets there. Not quite. Who is that in there? 88 of Dolger. So there you go. Twitch.tv/BigCorn16, corn with a K. You can multi-stream this event with Justin Rodden, who is your current truck class leader. All right, so Bresci, now your leader. DeBarro drops 2 spots in the pits. Did Bresci try anything? Nope. Just a better sequence down pit lane, so that'll put the 24 in the overall lead. Again, prizes awarded for each of the class winners tonight. Of course, the classes being Cup, Truck, and National.
Yeah, speaking of the National, that class has a lot of attrition as you've seen tonight. The only 2 of the drivers, Gail Brooks and Zach Buchanan, are the only ones that haven't really run into any issues.
Yeah, and Zach Buchanan had a 7-second lead prior to that caution flag. So Brooks, I believe, came out of pit road in the lead. of this class. So it's really just between those top two. Jared Dixon's had quite a bit of trouble tonight. You see that car's hurting quite a bit.
He's still definitely in it, though. Wilco, however, is 2 laps down, and Brian Green 4. So they're kind of looking to be out of it. They still got a chance if they can get a few cautions. They can get the wave rounds on that. But other than that, they're kind of hoping for a Hail Mary.
Okay, 1 retirement, and that is the 93 of Travis McQuistion. Tyler Hensley has scored as a did not start. 1 lap to green. It's going to be 6 laps to the end of the stage. We'll throw another caution. We'll re-rack them and restack them for the next stage, which will be another 30-lap segment. Then it's a 60-lap segment to the end. Of course, all these laps being tracked manually. And Bressie warming up those tires. Is there a situation where we could see those national cars perhaps be able to keep up with the Cup cars, or is it too big of a difference?
I don't know. We'll see here. Well, we got the leaders in that class, Caleb Brooks and Jack McKinnon. They're pretty much in the mix with them. And we saw the national cars got really held up from the truck. So there's a chance they might be able to just get a tail off the draft. Although again, they have a lot less downforce than the Cup cars, so they're not going to be able to keep up with them.
Yeah, they're not competing with the Cup cars, but I mean, if you can stick with them, you're going to be leading the class.
And it also wouldn't hurt to get a little bit of a draft out of them, especially the giant hole through the air that the Cup cars put through.
Absolutely. So coming back to the green again, it's going to be 6 laps to the end of the stage. We'll throw the caution out again. And then we're going to let everyone come down and get pit road. That's going to put more cars on the lead lap. I think we do have 20, make that 19 cars on the lead lap at the moment. So still quite most of the field. Pace cars off coming back to the green. 6 laps to the end of the first stage. That will be scored lap number 30. Bressie in control of the Cup field. Green flag flies, racing again here in Charlotte.
Yeah, Bressie's great start on him. DeBarro as well. Ward not so much. He's going to be struggling on the outside lane. You already see them starting to get single filed out.
Gail Brooks already in front of 2 of the Cup competitors, Michael Hurley and Cody Tabor. Oh, there's a truck there. That's the leader, Justin Rodden, trying to split them 3 wide, but he's stuck behind the Cup cars right now. But on the back straightaway, look at Greg Evans defending from Thomas George in the 9. Or actually, yes, that's the 9 car tonight.
He's giving a bit of a shove to the 46, so he's trying to work their way on through past the Ward on the outside. He's getting freight trained.
Third out of turn 4. Bressie goes for a loop.
And we remain green as Bressie goes spinning through the grass.
5 laps to the end of the stage, and he's going to be really thankful that they have a caution coming up because he got turned out of the lead. For the lead, though, Greg Evans takes his away side by side behind him. And look out, DeBarro throws a block on Thomas George.
There may be chances, but probably wasn't the last incident we've seen here.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we're already seeing the aggression level picking up. We're only about 26, 27 laps into this. 4 to go to the end of the stage. Welker scrapes the fence out of 4. Ward looks to the outside of Evans. Evans leads that lap. Look at this tightly packed group as they work their way through turns 1 and 2. And Ward trying to make that outside lane work. Evans comes up to protect. And it doesn't look like those national cars can hang on. Wow, look at the move Ward made to the inside.
Yeah, I've been trying to block him up, but couldn't get it done. Ward made such a good move. He's going to hold it down on that inside lane. Will he be able to take the lead, though? 3
to go to the end of the stage. Side by side for the lead. Ward leads this lap. DeBarro trying to follow him through. Thomas George just trying to find some real estate to work with.
And there is... Oh boy, there's 2 9 cars.
Well, one scored as a 9, one has a 9 painted on the side. I'm going by the numbers on the side of the cars tonight, because they're nice and big and easy to read. Now Evans drops back to the inside.
And there's Thomas George, that 9 car on the outside lane there with the...
there's actually 2 cars on the racetrack that are scored 9. Yeah, that's difficult. We'll just refer to them as their name, but across the line, 2 to go to the end of the stage. And Ward in the lead now comfortably. I'd say comfortably, but that's about as much of a lead as the Cup drivers have had tonight. And Evans settles into 2nd. Behind, Hurley, I think he's had trouble in the 32. He's got big damage on that car. Let's quickly jump back and see what happened. He just got in the fence out of turn 4 and went for a ride.
I think I slid into the grass. Or AstroTurf.
Yeah, it's AstroTurf here. So, okay, we're going to be white flagged 1 lap to the end of the stage. Ward leads that lap by an inch as they come across the line. Oh, man, the 9 car chopping the nose off DeBarro, just inches there. He's going to slide up in front of the other 9. That's Hayden Pistorius in 5th.
Yeah, but I think it's between Ward and Evans now. Who's going to get the better run off of turn 4? Ward's got the outside lane right now.
DeBarro scraped the wall, coming through turns 3 and 4, back to the start-finish line. Who's going to win the stage as they come through to the checkered flag for stage number 1? Jeff Ford wins it. Caution out. And Gale Brooks and Zach Buchanan to the line. Brooks gets it by just a couple tenths of a second. Justin Rod and Will Roberts will take home 1 and 2 in the truck category. And Norman Pelletier, trying to recover from some of that damage he received earlier, will come home in 4th in that stage. All right, well, I think they have to catch up to the pace car. So laps have stopped being scored, so we're on lap number 30 of 120. Let's just keep that in mind, keep that updated here. And Welker got shuffled out, but Thomas Bresci really thankful to see that caution flag come out. That was a pretty unfortunate turn there. Doesn't look like he has any damage, maybe some to the left rear, but I think he was probably just trying to protect out of turn 4 and just not a whole lot of space.
Yeah, he just went for a spin, but yeah, luckily he got no damage on the car, only really to his tires from sliding through, so we'll be able to get that car back down, get some fresh tires, and get back out there for another 30 laps.
Well, I thought Zach Buchanan was going to be the one to win the national category tonight, but Gale Brooks has been putting on a heck of a performance, at least in that last stint. That 71's looking pretty racy.
Yeah, definitely. I think, though, we can narrow down the fight for the win in that category between Brooks and Buchanan. They're definitely the strongest out of the 5 cars there.
Field's probably going to all come on to pit lane, and here they come. Does anybody try anything? I don't think so. It's the 30-lap stint, long enough to wear your tires out. Brian Green going to go around. I think he's a lap vehicle, as is John Wilco, so they'll stay out. Michael Hurley is also going to stay out on the racetrack. I imagine he'll come in again in a minute. This is a weird sight. This is really weird to look at, all these different cars and trucks. Who wins this race off pit road again? We're going to do another 30-lap segment, then it's a 60-lap segment to end the night.
Oh, Welker, they're fast stop for him. He's going to be off and away.
Was it a 2-tire stop? It was for the 7. So Welker gambles on 2. Pelletier also took 2 tires on his number 56 truck. I like the gamble. It's still early enough in the night that you could try something. There's only about 10 Cup cars in the field, so you might as well throw something at the fence and hope it sticks. Thomas Bresci rolls back out. The problem with Bresci is that he's going to be mixed up behind the other classes. Yeah,
we don't get resorted based off of class here. If you're stuck behind someone, a slower class here, well, tough luck for you. So Bresci's gonna have to work through a lot of lap traffic. He's got about 9 or 10 cars ahead of him that are in the slower classes.
Let's talk to him real quick and see what he's got to think about this so far. Hey, Thomas Bresci, it's Kyle from SimTV. You got a copy?
I got you.
Okay, well, this is a weird one tonight. I'll say that. It's been really exciting to watch, but you got turned out of turn 4 on that last little stint, but you got some cars to get by and some trucks to get by on the restart. What's your plan here?
I guess that's kind of 2 things. I guess we got to get by the I'll call it the traffic, I guess, if you want to call it that. We'll worry about that, I guess, for this next 30-lap stint, and then we'll go get some redemption, I guess, for that last 60 or whatever it is. But that's I guess that's kind of the goal right now. It's so hard to make any progress once the right front wears off. I know a couple guys were just talking about that. I mean, it's kind of just whoever's out front is whoever's going to be out front once the right front goes. But I don't know. It's interesting on the restarts, at least. You got that going for it.
Yeah, I mean, what's your plan for the restart? How do you think these cars are going to accelerate around each other? I mean, are you worried that you're going to get backed up by these trucks, or do you think you're just going to blow right on by them?
No, actually, if anything, I don't know who's behind me right now. Let me see. John's right behind me, and I think there might be a couple other people. They're probably going to have to worry about me backing them up, because I was behind one of the K&N cars in practice, and they walk away on stickers. Just these things do not get up to, they don't get up to speed very well. So, after a couple of laps, I think this, the Cup car just getting through the center makes a big difference. So after that point, I'll really probably start being able to pick some people off. But until then, I guess we'll just kind of have to see.
All right, well, we'll return you back to your team. Thomas, good luck out there. Keep yourself out of trouble.
Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy it.
And back in JT Motorsports. All right. So as we come back to the green here, it seems like Bresci is concerned that these cars aren't getting up enough to speed. I'm surprised by that. I'm also surprised that Michael Hurley is staying out. Finian did not come to pit road. Oh boy, this is going to get exciting.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't. I mean, granted, we only went green for about 5 laps, but he did have a little bit of a spin there. So, yeah, I don't know.
We're going to see how it pans out. Again, we want to thank HostVenom for coming on board and sponsoring the Fuel HostVenom Cup Series this season. Their links are in the description below. They've come on board and sponsored this and helped out Fuel in a very needing time, so that was excellent that HostVenom came on board to help us out, not only tonight, but also for the rest of the season. So we appreciate their support, and this has been a really entertaining event so far. I love this ticker. I want to bring this back in some capacity. Maybe we'll use this next week for the Coke 600 and assign it by manufacturer, the numbers.
Yeah, why not?
We'll bring it back next week. Okay, I think if you're Jeff Ward and... Oh, Cody Tabor's up here inside the top 5 as well, so this is going to be an interesting restart, to say the least. Okay, we're going to be on lap number 31, coming to... It's going to be a 30-lap stint to the end of lap 60. We're going to throw a caution again. So 30 laps, we're going to be restarting on... Actually, at a nice 10-lap mark for us.
Yeah,
so,
that was perfect.
Yeah, so we're on lap 40 right now, but it's lap 30 as we're scored. So in 30 laps, we're going to throw another caution and do it all over again. The Fuel All-Star Race at Charlotte. Boy, I love this. This is so exciting.
This is going to be a hell of a restart here. I'm interested in seeing what the 32's got on some older tires.
Pace car pulls off lap number 31. Green flag flies, racing again at Charlotte.
Early actually gets a great start over Welker and the rest of the field as these guys race off down towards turn 1.
And Hurley got a great restart, as you mentioned, but oh, that 46 rockets into second place. Oh no, that's Mitchell Welker who stole away second place, but out of turn 2, those fresh tires. Remember, Welker's only on 2 tires. Look, there are 3 wide in the back straight, trucks and a cup car in there. There's some other Nashville vehicles mixed in the background, but for the lead, Welker drives around the outside. He's got the 46 of Evans all over his bumper. There's 46, looks to the outside, gets the door slammed on him, dives to the bottom.
Yeah, I think Welker would honestly be fine. He sticks to the outside lane. He's got fresh right side tires. You see DeBarro get into an interesting scenario there.
Yeah, Tabor threw the block on DeBarro and almost got himself put in the fence.
And how about they actually just quickly look back? Where is Thomas Bresci in all this?
Thomas Bresci trying to claw through this field. You see, chaos in front of a big crash up the field, and that's going to take out Michael Hurley right across in front of Will Roberts. I think we've only involved 1 or 2 cars in all of that. I know I just saw Pelletier get in the fence, but wow, that could have been so much worse. All right, so it was Hurley that got looped. Second time he's gone for a loop tonight. Roll on back and see how this started, and I'm going to assume he got some help here. Cody Tabor, tried to go 3 wide, couldn't quite do it, and turns the 32 around. And then Hurley tried to lock it back up, and Will Roberts did a great job. Pelletier just scraped the fence. But caution out, lap number 32. And we'll do our caution sequence again, and this all sorted back out. And Brian Green is loving this right now in that 06, because that's going to get one of his laps back. He's currently 3 laps. Actually, yes, he should be a free pass recipient. 3 laps down at the moment. He'll get 1 and put him only 2 now. But Bresci did make a lot of progress, Finney. I think he's right. These cars don't get up to speed as well as the other 2 categories do, so he got stuck.
And the thing, too, is that the Cup cars kind of form their own group because they draft off each other very well, but only Keyword is off of each other. Not so much the other cars because they're not putting as much of a hole through the air.
Okay, split strategy here. We got a couple Cup cars down pit lane, including the 27 of DeBarro.
I'm actually surprised that Bresci came down in. I'm not too surprised of 32. I expected him to come down in. Surprised from some of the other guys.
Our ticker looks like the American flag right now. Just everybody's mixed up. Will Roberts currently leading the truck. I think the truck category has probably been kind of underrated in terms of its competition. We've been watching the Cup cars mix it up, but these guys have swapped leads about 50 times already.
Yeah, and I think the way it's sorting out to be is I think the first 10 laps is the Cup cars battling out, but once their tires get shot, then it's the trucks that have pretty much... They're able to just drive around each other throughout the run.
Wall's pink.
Yes, it is. I don't know.
There's pink splatter. Like a clown got murdered on it or something. Sure what that's all about. Maybe it's...
Some artist got a
it's
little
paint,
bit
maybe it's paint from like October or something left over. That'd be a cool detail if it was, but it's probably just someone being the Turn on Alpha mascot or something. Okay, I don't know where we are lap count wise, so we're just gonna we're gonna have to figure it out.
We're currently we'll
be right back.